Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Here we share beginner-friendly coding tutorials on Scratch, Roblox, Minecraft, web programming, and many more. Today we are going to create a Minecraft beacon. In this project, we are going to create a Minecraft beacon utilizing the LearnToMod engine, which uses block-based coding. The concepts covered in this tutorial would be functions, drones, loops, variables, and designing. So let's get started. Alright, so I have opened up my LearnToMod account. So next I'm going to head to the play option and click on mods to create a custom mod. So I'm going to give a name for my mod. So since I'm going to make a beacon, I'm going to rename my mod as beacon. Next, I'm going to choose on the language as to Blocky multiplayer. So once it's been created, I'm going to click on See Inside and click on the option of code. So this will open up the code editor. So on the left hand side, you can find the library of codes, which you can find all the necessary code blocks that you need to make your mod. Alright, to start with coding, I'm going to prepare two functions. So I'm going to click on functions and drag two function code blocks. So I'm going to rename one function as main and the other function to be called beacon stage. Alright, the function beacon stage is used to store our instructions that would require to build the beacon. And the function main is used to call our function beacon stage when the mod is used in our Minecraft world. Alright, so first I'm going to start off with the beacon stage. So I'm going to add an input for this beacon, which is going to be the side length. So I'm going to click on this gear icon and drag in an input name block. And I'm going to rename this to be side length. And then I'm going to click on back the gear icon. So this input would be specifically used to specify the side of our beacon stage. So later on during the game, we can mention what's the size of your amount to create different size beacon. So in the Minecraft world, we are going to use a drone to build any structures. So drones are kind of like our eyes that would help us to place our objects on the Minecraft world. So on the function main, I'm going to set up my drone. So I'm going to click on variables and I'm going to make a variable. So I'm going to rename this variable as D, which stands for drone. Next, I'm going to click on the Minecraft tab and click on drone and drag in the block called new drone. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my function beacon stage to build one line of diamond blocks. So to build one line of diamond blocks, I need to place one block and then move my drone to the right side. And then I'm going to keep on repeating according to the number that is given on this input. So in order to do that, I'm going to use a loop. So I'm going to click on the loops option and drag repeat 10 times block. So since I do not know what's the value of my length of my beacon is going to be, I'm going to remove my number block in the loop and I'm going to drag the variable of side length or the input. So I'm going to variables and I'm going to drag side length option. Next, I'm going to use a drone to place my blocks. So I'm going to the option of drone and drag in the block called drone D, place blocks of type. So my Minecraft would be built from diamond blocks. So I'm going to materials and I'm going to drag the block of diamond. So you can choose any materials you want to build your own custom beacon. So once I have placed my diamond block, I need to move my drone to the right hand side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the block called move drone in direction up, distance 1, and I'm going to change the direction to be right. So this means that the diamond block is placed like this, and my camera shifts to the right side of a distance of 1 block. And then it's going to keep on repeating adding blocks, diamond blocks specifically, and creating one line of diamond blocks according to the value that is given in this variable, like that. Okay, next I'm going to move to the next line. So let's say I have created a line of 5 diamond blocks like this. So right now my camera or my drone would be on this position. So in order to create on more lines or start placing my blocks, so I need to make my camera to go back to its original position. So that means I need to move my camera towards the left hand side in a distance of the side length. So I'm going to click on the drone option and I'm going to click on move drone in direction up, distance 1. So this block and this block is pretty much the same, but here is a fixed number of the distance, but here I'm going to use a variable. So since I'm going to use a variable, I need to use this code block to move my drone. So I'm going to drag this block and put it down this. So this is to make one line of diamond blocks, and this is to make the next line. So I need to move back my camera so that is in a distance of the side line. And the direction is left. So once I have created my one line of diamond blocks, and right now my camera is here. So next I need to make my camera to go in the forward direction so that it starts to create the other side of my beacon. So next I need to tell my drone to move forward in the distance of 1 block. So I'm going to drone and drag in the block called move direction, and I'm going to change the distance to be forward, and the value is going to be 1. Okay, so I need to repeat this whole instructions to build a square. So once I have created one side like that, I made my drone to come this way again, and now it's going this side. Okay, now I need to use this one to create a square so that it's going to cover one stage of my beacon. So I'm going to repeat all these instructions again according to the number that is given on my sideline. So I'm going to drag a loop block, a repeat block again, put this code inside, and then put it inside the function. And I'm going to change the number of the repetition, which is going to be the value inside the sideline variable. Okay, so once it created one square stage, it should come back to its original position or to its starting position. So I'm going to click on drone and make my drone to come backwards, which is going to be out of this repetition block, and it should come back in a distance of the side length. Okay, now this is one layer. So I need to go to the next layer. So it's like I have one layer like that. So I need to move my camera one layer to the top. So it's going to create another layer like this. So I'm going to move my camera so up one distance, right a distance, and then make sure that it's in the forward direction also. Okay, now in a beacon, so as you go on the layers, the size of the layers is going to get reduced, which is going to be like a regression function. So I have one layer like this. So the next layer would be smaller than the previous layer, and it's going to keep on repeating until I have only one block left on the top. Alright, so I'm going to repeat the same function beacon stage with the value of the sideline that is going to be reduced by 2. So that if I have one layer like this, 2 blocks would be removed in the next layer and creating it like this. So it's going to keep on repeating. So it's going to remove 2 blocks, and then that would be the size of the next layer, and keep on repeating like that. In every stage, I just need to remove 2 from the current value in the sideline. So I'll just go to functions and drag the call function block called beacon stage, and I need to subtract 2. So math minus side length minus 2. All right. So next I need to use an if statement to check if or when I'm going to end. So I need to end building each layer once the side length is equal to 1. So I'm going to logic and drag an if do block and put it on top. And next I'm going to drag an else block and put it inside here. So my condition is if the side length is greater than 1, it's going to repeat this instructions, and if the side length becomes less than 1 or equals to 1, so it's going to place a beacon on top of all those diamond layers. So I'm going to set up my condition. So if the side length is greater than 1, then I'm going to run all these functions, creating layers. If the side length is less than 1, I'm going to place a beacon with the help of a drone. So I'm going to materials and drag in a beacon. Okay, and also now we have to make sure that the sides, the value that the person enters on the side is not going to be an even number. So we need to give another if statement to run this code or this instructions only when the value that a person enters into the side lane is going to be an odd number. So I'm going to drag in an if-do block, put it on top, and my condition is if the side length value is odd. So I'm going to math and drag in blank is even, make it odd, and what's going to be odd is the value of the side length. And if it is yes, then it's going to run this instructions. Alright, so we have done the function for the beacon stage. Now I need to run this function when I use my mod. So I'm going to call the beacon function when the function main is run. So I'm going to function and drag in the beacon stage. So here I can input the value of my side length. So I'm going to keep it 9. So if you want a bigger beacon, make sure you enter a bigger number, but it should be an odd number, not an even number. So I'm going to start with 9. Alright, so this is the finished code blocks for my beacon. So to try out my code on my Minecraft world, I'm going to click on mod, and it will say that it's done. So next I have to open up my Minecraft world and then make sure that you have connected the server and then run it on your Minecraft world. Alright, so I have opened up my Minecraft launcher. So once I clicked on the mod on my editor, as you can see here, I have my church box. So when I click it, my beacon is loaded here. So I'm going to drag this book and place it down on my inventory. Next, I'm going to find a flat ground like this and make sure the game mode is on survival. And I'm going to make sure that my mod is on my hand, and I'm going to click on. As you can see here, it's starting to build my beacon. So the first side is 9 blocks long. So it's going to keep on building. And I have my beacon here up. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our videos. Also, check out the other 2 videos here while you're waiting for the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.